So what were you studying to help you understand the entire landscape of like really economics, right? Like what was some of the material maybe you were looking at?
Yeah. Basically, again, Forex Factory, all that kind of stuff that everyone talks about. Like, and I put together this whole puzzle myself. So I wanted to know, like, for example, I trade a lot of gold, and I wanted to know why is gold moving. So you have um, uh, two things in gold. You have actually gold fundamentals, and you have US dollar fundamentals. Like those things move the market on gold. And later on, there were like a lot of stuff like Forex Live is a good source. They mainly look at fundamentals. They look and on what's happening in the markets, especially in stock market. You have to look at the whole schedule when news coming out. Why is this news impacting the US dollar? Why is it impacting gold? So there are many layers behind it, a certain move or a certain news coming out. If you trade gold, and interest rates are moving. So why are they moving? Is it already in the price? How much is in the price? What is the market thinking? Like the bigger banks, what are they doing regarding like the funding rate? And that's layer one, for example.
Mm.
So after that comes layer two, like are the banks like as we saw this summer with the crypto banks, are they invested too much in some rate stuff? Like all this kind of stuff can move the market, and we have to consider that. But how I learned it, it's just by doing. Like I kept improving by seeing things. It's just experience. Like when something happens, you have to remind yourself in the future why it happened.
Do you feel as though a lot of the decisions that you're making are based on intuition to an extent? Because I feel like a lot of this research that you can be doing, you were mentioning what do banks currently think about these interest rates? What do banks how are they currently operating? How are they currently being affected, right, by these decisions that are being made, by rate hikes, etc. You can unpack a lot there. You could be thinking about what are the risks of this bank? Like for this bank that collapsed recently, you're talking about in crypto, one of the risks was obviously a run on the bank, liquidating and then them holding long term all these different mortgages and not being able to liquidate those positions. So yeah, they were technically over leveraged, but like in a healthy environment they weren't.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden the environment changed and they were completely screwed, right?
Yeah.
So like how deep do you really go in this dive in this research? Because with TFT, I've noticed that I don't think you've had more than 10 payouts per se. They've just been, it's under 10, but then you've had over 500K in withdrawals, right? So you're getting paid out on average a ton from from each of these withdrawals, right? So a lot of these, like you're saying, position trades where like just going all in on one situation in the market that you fundamentally understand, you've seen many different times, you understand how to interpret, and then you're putting a lot of the size onto that position. Is that basically what you're doing?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But in general, trading with a firm is completely different for me than trading my own account. And I don't trade my own account anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Since I started with firms because I don't want to risk all on Forex. Because at the end of the day, what matters to me, at least, is like with my background, I thought interesting model, but also very risky model for the firm. And in the end, I didn't believe, so I started to trade them like they were gone tomorrow. And like we see now, maybe I'm right.
Very, very disconnected approach to the market, and you see where that's gotten you.
Yeah.
A ton of payouts. Very interesting.
And in the end, I'm not the guy that brags about the money. That's why I don't go to interviews. I could go to any interviews.
Oh, for the longest time, we had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
We're like, how do we get in touch with this guy?
And basically because I don't want to brag about the money because it doesn't matter to me that much. it doesn't matter to me that much that somebody thinks that I'm the best trader ever or the worst trader ever. I don't care. I don't care about win rate. What's matters in the end is what you take home.
So let's start to get into the brokerage side. So you transitioned to open a brokerage in what, 2012, you said, around that time. What went right when that happened and what went wrong? If you can share.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course. So